Okay guys, so there's the problem with the internet. So this video is going to help you out with what you're going to do today. We're going to start in our ISNs on page 8. So let's read this over this. So we're going to go over a codon. So a codon is a 3-letter code that's part of mRNA. Okay? So mRNA is a codon with 3 letters. All right? An anticodon is also 3 letters, but it is part of tRNA. And that attaches to an amino acid. And then when you put amino acids together, they make a protein, but sometimes we call them polypeptide bonds. Types of RNA. So do you guys remember what does mRNA stand for?
Messenger.
Messenger. And there's a picture of it right here. rRNA.
Ribosome.
Ribosomal. tRNA.
Transfer.
Transfer. All right, so here are 3 types of RNA. Remember that RNA uses uracil, it does not use thymine. So now that we've gone over transcription translation of what they are, I'm actually going to teach you guys how to take a codon using the codon chart and read what amino acid it's going to be. So flip to page 9. All right, so page 9 is all about codon charts. So there are 2 kinds of codon chart, the square and the circle. I'm going to teach you how to do both, and then you guys can choose which one you prefer. Usually on the STAR test they give you the square, so you need to make sure you know how to do both. But for purposes at school, if you prefer the circle one, you can use the circle one, okay? So let's start with the square. So we're looking for UAG. So that codon of UAG. We start with the first letter, U. And you see how this box is all around the U section. Okay? Step 2, we look for letter A, because that's the second letter. And then you see where these 2 meet in that section. Now the third letter is on this side. So then G, UAG, and what's that say right there?
Stop.
Stop. So UAG codes for a stop codon. That means that in amino acids, whenever you hit to this UAG, it stops and then it will start a new protein. All right? So let me show you the circle. So let's find UAG on the circle. So you start in the middle, U. So now we're looking at this whole quadrant. Second letter, A. Third letter, G. So UAG, even on the circle, codes for stop. Okay? So we're going to do a little practice. Is yours filled in? Let me use yours. All right, so here I have both of your codon charts. It has the abbreviations, which if you're going to write out the abbreviation, it has to be these ones, okay? The full spelling is on here. I'm going to give you the answer for both in case you guys prefer one or the other, all right? So, CAC. First letter C, second letter A, so that means I'm working in this box right here. Third letter C, so that stands for HIS. If you did the circle, you would go C, A, C, which is the same one, histidine. So HIS or histidine is the correct answer for CAC. All right, go ahead and practice the rest of these, and then I'll share the answers with you. All right, now that you've had some time to practice, let's check. So the second one will be pro or proline, TRP, which is tryptophan, a stop codon, which means that that's where it stops, GLU or glutamic acid, MET, which stands for methionine, or a start codon, so all of them start with MET, ASP, aspartic acid, LEU, leucine, GLY, glycine, GYS, cysteine, ALA, alanine, ILE, isoleucine. All right, if you need to pause it and check, go ahead. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to do that Google Doc. So we're going to complete 3 different questions over DNA, then RNA, and then the amino acid, and then you guys have some questions. So we're given a strand of DNA, and if you want to, you can write up or off to the side, DNA is A's, T's, C's, G's, RNA is A, U, C, G's. So I've already done this ahead of time, so I'm going to reveal that our complementary strand of DNA should read TAG, CCG, ATT, AAG, CGT. Okay? So our complementary strand, remember they're not identical, but they complement them, meaning that they're similar but not the same. We are now going to take this bottom row and change it or transcribe it into RNA. So your transcribed RNA should read A, U, C, G, G, C, U, A, U, U, C, G, C, A. All right. Now, using this code, we're going to look at our codon charts to determine what amino acids. Something you might want to hopefully recognize or remember that both of these charts are only for mRNA. So I like to write mRNA off to the side so that I remember that mRNA is for the codon chart. So my first 3 letters, A, U, C. You can use the circle or the square. Either one will do. I'll show you on the square. A, U, C is ILE. So that stands for isoleucine. On the circle, A, U, C, isoleucine, same one. Okay? So in this circle, you're going to put isoleucine. Now I know what you're thinking, Miss Lindley, how come we didn't use this one? Because this is tRNA. tRNA does not match our codon charts. So isoleucine matches AUC. All right, our next one, GGC. It should be glycine. And your complement tRNA should say CCG, or anticodon. This up here, mRNA is called the codon. Down here is called the anticodon. And this is the amino acid. All right, next one. UAA becomes stop. UUC becomes phenylalanine. GCA becomes alanine. All right, so make sure you filled in the mRNA. Use the mRNA to figure out the amino acid. Then go back in and fill out your tRNA.